The very existence of Barbie games are a phenomenon within themselves. It starts with the Mattel toy manufacture company, which produces high-end fashion dolls called Barbie, short for, we presume, Barbara Millicent Roberts. Barbie was born in 1959 and has since generated an average of $1 billion in sales per year, but her career has had its ups and downs, especially in the late 90s. In 2001, MGA Entertainment launched the Bratz line of dolls in direct competition with Barbie, with the Bratz immediately outselling the old guard. Due to this decline in sales, Barbie walked straight into the head office of Ruth Mattel and slammed the script of Barbie and the Nutcracker on the table. So began the reign of straight-to-DVD, ni VHS, CGI Barbie movies. Adaptations of existing stories and fairy tales with one crucial twist, all starring Barbie. Barbie as Rapunzel. Barbie presents Thumbelina. Barbie: The Princess and the Pop Star, those are both good options. The quality wasn't high due to the lack of a cinematic release, but the dream was there. A dream to sell the once great fashion icon, Barbie, and the games made to sell that dream. Barbie and the Magic of Pegasus released in 2005 to coincide with the movie of the same name to coincide with the Barbie line of the same name. Barbie takes flight in her first original princess fairy tale. There were two versions of this released, a PC and Game Boy Advanced version. The GBA version is a pretty solid 2D platformer from what I can tell. The version I played was the PC version, which is an old school adventure game. Having not seen the movie it's based off of, the story is quite hard to follow. The basic gist of it is that the kingdom has been overtaken by an evil sorcerer, so Barbie has to go on an adventure to find the Wand of Light to defeat the sorcerer and save the kingdom.
Barbie in her first original princess fairy tale.
The game starts off with this voice telling you exactly what to do, like it's 1984.
Select your name from the list, then click the flying horse.
It makes the game more accessible, but I wish there was an option to turn it off. Once you enter your name, you're treated to this cutscene, which gets most of the plot out of the way. These aren't the worst character models I've ever seen. The Pegasus.
Brietta is your sister.
Hold on, she's my what? Your horse sister has human eyes, which is a bit unsettling. And the animations are kinda rough, but beside that, solid. Your first task is to find Shiver, the stealthy baby polar bear. The game uses the arrow keys to move around, and Barbie sort of controls like Sonic. Up on the arrow keys moves Barbie forward. Holding it down for a couple of seconds causes Barbie to sprint. The walking speed is sluggish, so you're always holding down up arrow, but this makes turning almost impossible. Once you do find Shiver, you can explore the rest of the castle. Outside, there's 3 tutorial mini-games: ice skating, Pegasus vaulting, and Pegasus flying. First up is ice skating. This is just sprinting, but Barbie's on skates. You dodge obstacles and collect charms. These unlock accessories and decorations for the endgame. I mean, they nailed the feeling of moving around on a slippery surface. Next, you meet Brianna, the Pegasus, and your sister in the stable where you can brush her mane and feed her an infinite amount of carrots. Barbie and the Magic of Pegasus has a dedicated jump button, which you can toggle on and off. Here in the gardens, you vault over obstacles to reach the end. Pegasus flying is exactly the same, but it's in the sky. You just move left and right on rails. Once Barbie is ready, she can go on our adventure. After some brief flying, Barbie and the gang arrive in the Forbidden Forest. The forest is too dense to fly through, so Brianna has to fly over it and meet Barbie on the other side. You follow Shiver through this winding maze that's doing the most, and that's the puzzle. Follow this polar bear. Cool. There's a shack in the woods. You can run around outside. There's nothing there, but you can. To get inside, there's this match 2 puzzle to solve, and the first real challenge. No, we're done. Great. You meet the famous jewel thief, Faris, who doesn't have the ice gem you're looking for, but a map to the ice gem, which he's willing to play you for. Remove the map without knocking over anything on the shelf, and if you fail,
You lose, but I'll let you try again.
next stop is Ollie the Giant's hut, but first there's a different type of match 2 puzzle. Shiver, the mastermind of the whole operation, selects the correct icon to stand on, and Barbie just has to stand on the same one. These are fine, if not a bit slow. During all of this, Big Sister, the Ice Queen, never really stops giving advice.
Click on a piece to select it, then move it to the bridge. Find a golden tree, and when it flashes, press the space bar. Use the mouse to select the gem of ice, but you must only take the one you need.
You get to the Giant's hut, but the stairs are broken. Oh no! A literal, actual puzzle. Whatever. We never actually see Ollie the Giant in this game. We only hear him snoring or getting angry. Anyway, Barbie pulls out her iconic 100-foot Kevlar ribbon to rappel up the table to accomplish something. What follows the stealth section as you navigate the oversized tabletop avoiding salt and pepper piles. The path sort of winds around on itself, and unlike the previous maze, you weren't just following a waypoint. This part's actually good. You escape not having achieved anything, and your 100-foot Kevlar ribbon, which is apparently the same size as Barbie, turns into the staff of the Wand of Light, which you had all along, apparently. Well, no time to dwell on that. Off to the ice caverns, some more flying, and repeated puzzles later, you come across a bridge, which is an even bigger puzzle. Then another follow Shiver maze. I found you can cheese these mazes just by running in a single direction. Shiver just snakes around, artificially lengthening the level. There's some light parkour with moving platforms, and you get the picture. At this point, the game has run out of ideas, and you're just along for the ride. You find the Gem of Ice, then escape. There's a tedious firewood collecting game, and Brianna had the Ring of Love with her all along. Okay, does this make sense in the movie? She just happens to have the Ring of Love. Why make it 3 things if 2 were just gonna turn up conveniently? You charge up the Wand of Light by standing in sunlight and return Brianna to her human form. The Ice Queen sends you 2 more Pegasides, and you rock up to Wenlock, the evil sorcerer, to beat his ass. Happy ending, you get 4 new Pegasides, and now you can decorate the castle. Roll credit. It is exactly what you think it is, a 2-hour kids game with little to no challenge. I mean, it works as intended. An additional serving of Barbie after you consume the movie. As a standalone video game, there's not much to it. Barbie controls terribly, it reuses the same handful of puzzles. It was just a slog to get through. Academy Award winner Brie Larson did a song for this and it slaps. Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses. Released in 2006 with 2 different versions, the handheld game is a Metroidvania with Barbie collecting new dresses and new powers to open up new areas to explore. The PC version, the one I played, is an adventure game similar to the Magic of Pegasus. You play as Barbie, a princess who has 11 other sister princesses. Although the wiki says they each have their quirks, they come in groups of 3, sort of like the dwarves in the Hobbit trilogy. They reuse the same character models but change their hair colors. Barbie's mother died somehow, so her father summons the Duchess, Rowena, and her sidekick, Wolverine. But Rowena is evil and is poisoning the king.
And now for the king's last cup of tea. Or should I say, hemlock.
She traps the 12 princesses and this dude named Derek in the magical garden. It's up to Barbie to find the elixir for her father, defeat Rowena, save the kingdom, and bone Derek.
Why don't you and the rest of our sisters go ahead and search for the vial of elixir, while Derek and I see if we can find another way back to the kingdom.
The game starts off with the most dramatic menu I've ever seen.
The game's vault.
You arrive in this hub area where you can access each level in the game. The locales you visit are fantastical enough to be fun. Most are just magic gardens, but then you have the Hallelujah trees and the Crystal Forest, which feels very Barbie. The animations and character models have been improved, but some of them are still nightmare fuel.
Well, it's sure worth a try, Derek.
Right away, Barbie controls better with the sonic acceleration being removed. The aggressive hint voice returns, but you get the option to skip it. The voice in detail explains exactly what you have to do, what buttons to press, and how to win the game.
As soon as Genevieve has another berry in her hand, use the directional buttons or the left analog stick to move Genevieve into position, and then press the X button to throw another berry. Each of the babies will settle down to sleep when they've eaten 2 berries.
It's more annoying, but hey, it's optional. There's a dedicated jump button used to traverse various obstacles and platforms. There's charms to collect that unlock late game accessories. I don't fully understand the mechanic, but there's always a monkey off screen waiting to steal your charms. Brutus the monkey will rappel down and swipe your charms if you're not quick enough. I guess it adds some urgency to the game. I mean, your father is about to die, but they do have time for this. You follow Twyla, the cat, and the real MVP. The cobbler, Derek, needs his magic flute, so you use the cat's head to play breakout with an apple. The next minigame is feeding some birds. You have to get the timing right or the fruit will just bounce off the branch, and after a good old-fashioned puzzle, the flute is complete. Now the goal is to find all 11 remaining princesses and use Derek's flute to enchant their shoes so they can dance together, yada yada, defeat Rowena. Here's where the game opens up with 3 branching paths leading to 3 separate princesses, like Janessa.
Hi, Janessa.
Janessa, like Vanessa with a J. Hey everyone, it's your boy Jarking Lot Jareth, and today we're playing Barbie in the 12 Dancing Princesses. Okay, let's start by going over here. Oh, okay, she wants to pet the rabbits. Okay, let's move on now. The deers. Forgot about the deers. The rabbits again? Really, Barbie? What? You got something against flamingos? There's a small platforming area with moving gates and switches to hit before each princess. Once you find one, there's a minigame ranging from a rhythm action game, creating a custom fireworks display, and no, that's pretty much it. You find them, then you choreo a dance routine. This was pretty fun actually, stringing together the weird dances that they animated, which are the furthest thing from the ballet they're supposed to do. It was fun the first couple of times. You do this 12 times.
You're doing so well. Keep on showing the same courage.
Okay, Magic Voice. There's another mini game where you have to match the princess with the correct gem. Some of them are different shapes, but most of them are oval, so it's pretty hard to figure out which one goes to whom. Then,
Our hard work and love of family and dancing has given us a way to return to the kingdom and save our father.
yeah, what she said happens. Barbie and the squad rock up to Rowena and Jackman, then Flute Boy Uno reversals the dancing curse. The father is healed, Rowena is beaten, the kingdom is saved, and Barbie gets to bone Derek, we assume. I don't hate it. There's much more repetition in this, but also more variety. The environments are fun and creative, the dancing minigame is a joy to watch. I was sort of able to follow the story, so overall, massive improvement from the previous game. I bet the next one is just as good.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Azul, Royal Prince of Peacocks.
Thanks. I hate it. Barbie as the Island Princess. Or to give it its correct title, Moana Eat Your Heart Out.
You're on my island, the sea says hello.
This is a Tarzan Little Mermaid adjacent story where a young girl grows up on an uncharted island for 10 years and struggles to reintegrate into society. Hold on, this just in. Nope, she just wants to bone the prince. Cool.
Why does he hide his feet?
She's got her animal squad. Evil rich old lady, nice queen, you get the picture. Barbie as the Island Princess is the minigame collection of 28 games released in 2007. They cut out all the running around and doubled down on the minigame aspect. These games are presented in a map select screen which you can complete in any order. However, there is definitely a chronological order to these games, making the story very difficult to follow. 1 minute, Barbie, the actress who plays Rosalia, is fishing with her animal friends in an island dress. The next, she's escaping a palace garden with her cousin or romantic rival. Once you win enough island roses, you unlock the next wave of minigames and a clip from the movie setting the scene, or not. Who knows what this clip achieves? Reaffirming that Barbie is God? This hyper non-linear form of storytelling really gets you to pay attention and put in the work, intuit each character's personality and motivations based off of what strange task they've set out to do. The minigames themselves, they're sort of reminiscent of WarioWare microgames, short and simple experiences that only use a couple of buttons. The hectic fun isn't there because instead of 15 to 30 seconds, these minigames last for 2 minutes, which doesn't seem like a lot, but you try having fun sorting coconuts for longer than that. The magic voice is gone, and any form of instructions or directions along with it. It's not that hard to figure out. Most games use the analog stick and the 2 face buttons. However, randomly you have to mash the 2 shoulder buttons for something and the game never tells you that's a thing. There are other button mash mini games, but only 2 use the shoulder buttons. The games are varied. They're either a head-to-head or it'll swap to a co-op mini game where you have to work together. I won't cover every mini game because there's frickin' 28 of them, but we'll go over the ones that stood out, for better or for worse. First up is Bunch of Bananas. Here the prince challenges Barbie to a banana spearing contest. It's a solid best of 3 head-to-head game, and I like the idea of the prince going alpha on the first person he sees. Next up is Cocoa Catch. This is bad. All you do is wait for the fruit to come flying, then move next to the CPU's fruit catching scarf. It goes on for way too long. Bebop Bubbles. This takes place in the second area in the game and has a random difficulty spike. The goal is to bounce the bubbles. I don't know, maybe it was an emulator issue, but the bubbles were invisible, so I just copied CPU. Galley Grab. Also on the boat, move the fruits from the dispenser to the barrels, avoiding the birds. I had my ass beat by King Peacock. The fruits take forever to fall and the birds always get the top one. Treasures of the Deep. Sort the jewels from the crabs. Solid minigame, but never ends. Rock Skip. The most fun I've had with the game. The prince challenges Barbie to a rock skipping contest to assert dominance. I beat his ass. Garden Getaway. It's a maze where you can just follow King Peacock out of there. There's a similar stealth mission with Rival Barbie, but you have to work together to escape a garden with patrolling guards. Rival Barbie kept getting stuck and there's no split screen. Guards are obscured by trees in the foreground and it's just not good. There's Butterfly and Firefly Catch. These are the same game. Head-to-head sewing was fun. You trace the outline and sew by button mashing. Solid, hectic, head-to-head gameplay. Good job, Barbie. Rhythm, action, dance off. The prompts are too slow and the game goes on forever. Barbie Guitar Hero. You sing a duet with the nice queen. Probably the best animations I've seen so far in a Barbie game. But the goal of the game is to hit the pink music notes and miss the green. The problem being the CPU is too good and the greens can't physically get to Barbie. After you win enough island roses and win the heart of the prince, actual objective, we get a mega happy wedding with some passive aggression from rival Barbie.
Look at him, watching her. Doesn't she look beautiful? Could they be more content? What a perfect day.
There is an endgame. The island roses also unlock cosmetic items for Barbie, new dresses, jewelry, and shoes. These are pretty limited and from what I could tell, don't turn up in the game. So, Barbie as the Island Princess is a party game intended to be enjoyed at playdates and slumber parties. A lot of the mini-games are hit or miss, or just copies of each other. A third are just trace this outline games. The story is impossible to follow, but I prefer the free choice of mini-games rather than being railroaded into bad ones you can't skip. Some tutorial or even a screen that says, hey, these buttons are used in the game would have been nice, but overall, I hate it. Those were just some of the Barbie games out there, and there's still more. Barbie detective games, Barbie horse games, Tomb Raider but as Barbie, the game that crawled so that Life is Strange could run, the list is endless. I might go back to these, but who knows? I've been Parking Lot Sheriff. I am indeed a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.